ghetto like that.
Yeah, that's just it. That's just it. That's just it. That's just it. Podcast show. We ghetto like that. Who was that you just had on your phone? You couldn't let me see it. He gonna change the picture and shit. Y'all
friend of mine.
Okay. Boom. Let me flip over my phone. Y'all saw my daughter in there. We gonna start it off like this. We going out straight out the gate. Locations. If I was in Hawaii, Lou, how would you greet me?
Aloha, nigga.
Aloha!
And you better tip.
And you better tip. Profile Ruckus. If I was in the French Riviera, how would you greet me?
Man, come on now.
Damn, man. You went to Mumford? Au revoir, motherfucker.
Yeah, oh wow.
I don't know.
I'm thinking like the French.
Something.
I'm thinking like the French quarters on 9 Mile. What? I don't know.
The what?
French quarters on 9 Mile.
In Vegas or something? Can we get? I mean, okay.
It's in Southfield.
If you was in France, Paris. If you was in Paris.
Bonjour.
Thank you. Bonjour. He was on that one.
Yeah,
Bonjour.
I can roll with it.
I thought French Riviera went with Paris and shit. Yes.
Here we go with this shit.
Somebody bring the map out, dude.
Right.
The atlas.
If I was in Saudi Arabia, how would you greet me?
And I stayed in Hamtramck for a long time. Habibi. Habibi.
I had something in my nose.
I really didn't want to disrespect my homies, so I had to find something for real.
Yeah, that's it.
Habibi. Yeah.
That's it.
My dog.
Yeah. Are they watching? Have we shared
Probably
the
not.
podcast with them?
We will. All right.
They gonna be looking for me in they IROCs and shit. They gonna be looking for me in they Z28s.
I'm out of it.
No,
That's Italian.
All right. Anyway, no, they had IROCs, nigga. They had IROCs. All right. So before I get into the title, I'm gonna ask these three guys. I did ask him. You need a microphone, Miles? I did ask Lou. I can't remember what we said, but wasn't it Aloha? Yeah. Boom. So, Lou, give me a name, a word for rich. Okay, let me say this. Excuse me, I said it wrong. Give me a title with rich in it. Everybody else think of it so they don't take this long as Lou. A title with rich in it.
Rich bitch, like the song.
Okay, rich bitch.
Rich bitch.
Rich
I mean,
minds.
rich girl.
Can you do it in the mic?
Rich minds.
Rich minds.
I was just gonna say rich hoes, but it kind of goes.
And what, you say rich hoes?
No, I said
No, there's a difference.
Rich girl.
There's a
Rich
difference.
bitch.
Rich girl. Okay, let's get another one.
Rich face.
Rich face, okay. So y'all just fucked up my whole little thing I was about to do. But,
I ain't know what this button.
Right.
Point us in the right direction.
Get rich or die trying. That was a title. Remember, because that's what we said titles. But
Like the richest man in Babylon.
okay, the richest man in Babylon. There we go.
Richie Rich.
Richie Rich on the cartoon, right? So my thing is, I don't know when it happened, but long time ago, when we were, let's say, I guess it's 400 years now, but really it wasn't 400 years because if you counted the years back, it really not supposed to be 400 years. But y'all get what I'm saying. We wanted to be free. We were enslaved. However you look at it, whatever you want to say happened, if it really happened, okay. But we were enslaved and we wanted to be free. And if I'm not mistaken, Martin Luther King preached about freedom and marched. And he didn't march for freedom, but he marched for equal rights. But he preached about freedom. And in some of his speeches, let freedom ring.
Yeah.
So it was always about freedom. And it seems like now we, and it's not even a black thing. It's like everybody now. Everybody wants to be rich. People don't talk about being free anymore.
Oh, that's because a lot of being rich gives you so much freedom. That's the one thing that, a lot of rich people, you have the freedom to do what you want to do when you want to do it.
But I think that's a misconception.
Thank you. Say it, Diz.
Man, I was blessed to be able to spend, when I was in LA, some good time with some millionaires. Mm-hmm. And one of the first things I realized was these motherfuckers is miserable, bro. You know what I mean? Like, we got problems, dog, but they got problems that money can't fix. You know what I mean? Like, our problems, like little this and there, and we learn how to go with everything else, but they don't know how to do that shit, bro. Mm-hmm. And they really fucked up. And they kids is even more fucked up. Mm-hmm. And they ain't got no relationship, and they be looking at me all sad and shit, and I be talking about my kids and everything, because they done fucked up their relationships with their kids to get the bread. Mm-hmm. And they always talking about, I got this big ass mansion and there ain't nobody here to, hell no, because you done fucked over everybody. You know what I mean? So I thank God I kind of grew up in poverty, because, bro, I don't want to be like them kids, because they like super fucked up. Like, you know what I mean? You might sneak some weed here and there or steal something here and there, you know what I mean? Type of stuff that we do as kids. But them kids, them motherfuckers
automatically entitled, right?
You know what I mean? But and they don't know about no struggle. They don't know about being broke, right?
They don't know about the lights being cut off.
None of that shit.
And some of them, and I'm not saying all of them, but some of them commit suicide because they're not able to handle that when it happens, because they're still thinking about being rich. And somehow, the black folks have started to adopt that way of life and let stuff like that affect us to like white folks.
Well, Barbara Streisand said it best. She said, "Money doesn't change you; it just makes you more of who you are."
And I wanted to say to you said rich gives it a sort of freedom. Yeah. I think that freedom is misplaced with ease.
Okay.
Money makes it easier.
I can get that. I can see that.
I still don't call that freedom.
Because every example I'm thinking about is really ease. The light bill is due. Oh, well, here, pay the whole thing.
Right.
There's ease there. But we see that as a certain freedom.
Now,
from the burden of how I'm going to pay this light bill.
From being on
and imagine the bum that doesn't even think, homeless person, that doesn't even think about a light bill.
It's really home-based challenged.
I ain't even on that level yet. It's levels, dog. We got to do levels.
Okay, levels like Negro.
Yeah, I am not there yet. So,
home-based challenge people.
Okay, home-based challenge people. Damn, that's a mouthful. You can't even put that on your badge.
Full circle,
right? So, but that's what I'm saying. They don't even think about a light bill. That's freedom right there. We sit up there and laugh at home-based challenge people, and they sit up there and laugh at us. And we sitting up there laughing, wondering why they laughing.
I met some of the happiest people in the world homeless in LA, bro.
Yeah.
I was watching them like, dog, I seen this dude, he was pushing his buggy, but he had his girl hand. She was smiling, he was smiling. The dog looked happy and shit.
And the dog was eating.
I'm like, damn, dog. Like, we got it fucked up.
We do.
Well, and statistics bear out that and supported research. As I indicated, I think, when I first was an intern with Detroit City Council in '86, when it became a phenomenon, one of the challenges we found, we can provide all these programs, but they don't want to give up the freedom. They don't want to have to report. They don't want to have to get information. They don't have to do this because they saw that as taken away from them what was the free life, what was happy for them. Mm-hmm. So I think you're on to something when you say that.
So did you want to say something, Profile?
No, I'm good.
No, I'm good. So, how do we change that? I mean, and again, it's like you said a couple weeks ago. Grown folks fucked up. We can't change them. They've already adapted that they want to be rich. They got to do it quick. They want it fast, especially this new generation.
But you know what
they
I think,
want
though?
it fast and not work for it.
I think the universe kind of changed it for us because now with this social media and people being able to have a voice that was never able to have a voice before, they control everything that you saw, everything you heard, everything.
Right.
Now you can hop on something and you can see somebody from over on the other side of the world saying something in real time. We was never able to do that. So now more people got a voice, more things is happening. The wealth is being spread more around, even with these YouTubers and stuff becoming damn near billionaires and different shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's definitely about to change, and I think these kids is gonna see that it ain't necessarily really about that bread like that.
And even with that, it's still, everything has its time. And I don't think YouTube, you're not going to be able to make bags off YouTube in 7 years. You know, it's they're
Who gets to the gate first?
Huh?
Who gets through the gate first?
Right. I mean, it's like
That's what I'm saying, what
anything
you're
else.
saying.
Right. It's like the Tobi movie industry right now. I mean, so it's people that's really eating off of it. In 7 years, you know, those same people might be eating off of it, but the new people won't be.
Right.
You know,
it's a pyramid scheme.
yeah, and it is. But I'm not saying that against, but I'm just saying everything is like that. You know, the rap industry. You know, the bootleg industry.
No, this whole country based off that. If you ever read how all the dudes who signed the Declaration, like how they felt about each other and what they said about each other, it'll blow your mind, bro.
Yeah. And what is that in? Where do we read that?
Shit, just Google it if you want to. Yeah.
Okay.
But just watch what they say. I mean, even what was that show? The musical. Hamilton even talked about it a little bit. They ain't like each other, man. They hated each other. Yeah, Hamilton, right? Yeah,
the musical.
Yeah, they hated each
the
other.
Smithsonian just
It is what
released
it
some
is.
papers also.
Who get it? Yeah,
The
who get it there
Smithsonian
first?
Institute.
About
The
them not
founding
liking
fathers
each other.
and what they were doing in their relationships between.
And they was smoking hemp. They wasn't smoking.
I think
Smoking
I
the
think that's a
tobacco.
good episode that we could have. Since it's dudes, founding fathers, you know, I think we can find out a little bit about that.
No,
Get
it
a
would
little
be
information.
hilarious, bro.
Yeah.
It'd be hilarious because it was really some trash going on, right? And we just know him as this person. Dude. He's on the money. No, they was talking about each other like this man don't even need to be in here. He traded, like, you know what I mean? Like they be going ham on each other. So yeah, we definitely should do that though.
And the reason why I did the title thing is let's to get back to the title, because Lou say Lou's people be saying I be scooting out, Because I was looking at see, this is how I do it. I was looking at the video and I saw you looking at your phone. So somebody be texting you and be telling you when people be fucking up.
No, I'm looking at my phone because I'm old and I got shit written down.
I ain't talking about today, but I'm saying that I saw on the thing and you looked at it and then you got ready to say you was getting your way in and then you got back and then you said what they told you to say.
Stop smoking Rego.
Oh no! I ain't smoking Rego. I was buying dime bags. Shit.
Back.
But can I just say, I think part of it too, and I heard you say this and a couple of other friends, is we keep making these billionaires out to be heroes, and they're not. A lot of them are fucked up individuals.
Most of them.
And I wrote this. The Atlantic did an article on the unraveling of Elon Musk, and this is what I said on Facebook.
Elon hater.
Yes, we must stop letting wealth and its excesses determine who our heroes are, especially those who have no real value in the communities in which we live. I mean, black folks. And when I say value, I mean tangible investment that benefits those communities without free land swaps, municipal and tax-funded infrastructure improvements, and the false promise of tax abatement. All that shit out there. I'm gonna invest this, and this is what happened. I'll invest $10 million if you give me $120 million worth of shit. And that doesn't benefit anybody else in the greater sense. Like, you don't get value.
They don't want it to.
Proportional value.
And
for
They want to keep it in that small percentage.
And these are the people we vote for.
Yeah.
Those are the positions.
Because
But-
that's the motherfuckers that's writing the check.
But think about it now, though. We got an opportunity to hate Elon Musk or not like him or see what he really like. You know what I mean? people back then did.
Because of social media.
If we just knew back in the 80s, like it was somebody
Mr. Walmart and shit. We knew Walmart was a biggie, but we couldn't hate him because we ain't know nothing about it.
Right, and everything was so whitewashed on it and everything. But now you seeing this one, like, I wouldn't even hang with this motherfucker. I don't give a how much money he got. You know what I mean? So things is changing, man, for real. And I do think people are starting to see what it is, and shit gonna come around, man, for real. Slowly but surely, bro.
And I think they have to realize that we stopped wanting to be free. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's so focused on money and material things that it's people moving to Africa.
Well, and I'm not,
It's people moving to Africa. It's people over there with no jewelry on. They ain't got no Range Rovers. They got land. They got food, and they happy. And they free.
But we need to determine what defines our happiness. Is it that money?
That's
or is it this freedom?
And that's the issue, because we haven't made that definition. We don't make that chart of what defines it. Somebody else has made that, and we have tried to adapt to it.
But the shit changing, you know what I mean? Because you see all these millionaires, they having breakdowns and stuff, you know what I mean? Their kids is going, you know what I mean? Like, you really get an opportunity to see what's really happening to these people.
Right.
So,
but they always been like that.
And that's what I was about to say.
Sure,
exactly.
Worse.
I mean, Rockefeller, his whole blood.
Listen, we can go through
the Kennedys.
We can go through damn near all of them and probably pull up a show on all of them, and it'd be hilarious. And we can't even put everything in there. It's just how it was. But now we starting to see that in real light. You know what I mean? And then now people really starting to see, do I really want to be like that? Or do I really want to be happy? And what is happy? And shit changing, bro.
And it seems, but to me, it seems like it's our generation, our age that's seeing it. The younger generation not seeing it. They're ignoring it.
Well, I think they
because they think they can do it themselves.
I think it's part of their expectation that this is what I'm supposed to be like.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. That was made by. It wasn't a black guy that decided to. It was a black guy that's running Zeus, but it wasn't a black guy that decided to put all that bullshit on there to show everybody Jocelyn Hernandez show and give them the money to show to these chicks. And now you hear all the chicks talking about walking a girl up the block and all like a dog. Like, you know, when you beat them up, they was walking them like a dog or some shit like that. But I'm just saying, these are the images that's been put in front of us, because how in the fuck is Jocelyn Hernandez somebody that a black youth, a wonderful child, should that be a role model? Should Megan Thee Stallion be a role model?
Prince had his ass out on Dirty Mind in 1980.
But he was creative. Prince was a god.
I think we need to stop that role model shit off rip.
Yeah.
It's a good and a bad part to everything and everybody. And
your role model should be in the house.
That. Ain't no heroes, ain't no saviors, ain't none of that shit. Right. Everybody fucked up too, man. Yeah. And I think once everybody can see that and start taking the good out of people, but also see how they fucked up and start helping themselves off that too, then we gonna be dope as hell.
So how do we get that to happen? That they can see that for people to see that they fucked up. You
gotta tell them. You gotta show
them. That's what. Wait. So when I say a girl is fat, y'all telling me that's different.
Listen, it's a way to say everything.
Okay.
Because we want the right reaction so we can get the right result, right? Right. So we gotta figure out the right way to say the shit, because people know what's up. They just want to hear it the right way. Right. They just want to hear some comfortable shit. They just want to feel like somebody behind them without being on a shit and want to call them names. And then once that happens, then I think more people are getting to it and understand the shit. But you know what I mean? But if we just taking it to their ass every time.
Right. And I said this on the show before.
It's going to be tough.
In law school, they say, always tell the truth. The important part is how you characterize the truth.
Exactly.
You know?
And like I said before, again, my thing is the energy behind it.
I was scared to say the
energy behind it.
You can't call a woman a fat. Like, that's just a standard to be avoided.
And I only say it because it fucks with y'all. If I said Niagara and y'all got your drawers all messed up, I would say Niagara all the time. That's the only, ain't nobody called me and said they was mad. Ain't nobody been outside looking for me. Ain't nobody said that shit.
And ain't nobody giving you no pussy either.
Not no fat girl. But you know, if
You done with the big girls, homie.
I'm not done with them.
Yeah, no, they don't want you no more, bro.
The ones y'all know don't want me. I
know a
mean,
dude who got raped by 2 big girls.
Hey, bring them on.
Rape isn't funny, but I'm sorry.
No, it's not funny.
Bring
but
him
when
on.
he told me that, and
That's what it was
he
like.
was serious when he was telling me, I'm like, bro, you cannot be telling me this.
Was his feelings hurt?
Yeah, dog. He looked like he was about to like tear, but
Damn.
But it was not funny because that's not. No, I can't say no. That wasn't funny. It wasn't funny.
But he
The
cried.
happenstance was.
But the nigga cried. Why he told you?
He was close.
But see,
They like sandwiched him, bro. He was
never. I was gonna say never.
he was outside peeing, man. They got him.
And they made him do it to him?
Mm-hmm.
Do it to him.
Well, they tried to. He said he couldn't, but
He couldn't get
but
it up.
They was trying.
He was
to.
still off the P dick.
Hey, man. We cannot make fun of men getting raped, bro.
That is some serious shit, though. You can't.
Shit, he really
But
got
you said
raped.
he didn't get raped.
But that's what make
You
men
said
not
it
want to
was
say
attempted
nothing.
rape.
was
No,
assaulted.
he said they put his thing in them. I mean, in
In
mouth.
their mouth.
So he got raped.
Oh, they put the P dick in their mouth.
Yeah.
They big nasty girls.
They
Yeah.
they raped somebody, bro. You think they give a damn about some piss?
Tell them to come rape me.
I think he might like
Just
it.
those two.
He might. It's like he might
Because
like
they're
that.
experienced.
It'd be like in school days. You so little, I'd probably break you in two.
Let's do it.
He was little as hell too.
Let's do it,
He
Bertha.
was little as hell. He was little as hell.
Let's do it, Juanita. So,
But that's another thing too.
Oh, go ahead.
When we think about freedom, is money will get us the bitches and the hoes. I'm using y'all words on purpose that we want. So we equate that with freedom when it's really not, because now you're working for that dollar for the wrong reason. So you can have these honeys on your arm who, as soon as that money is gone,
I think everybody got to go through that though. You know what I mean?
I don't
Even with
disagree.
I think you know what I mean. Like,
but I don't think it has to be a way of life and a goal.
No. I think it changed with your, you know what I mean, after you really figure the shit out, because you're going to have to blow some bread, some time, some all that on the chick and shit not go right for you, and then just have to understand, dog, like, that's what the fuck it is if that's what you want to do. And every time you go back to that shit, you gonna same shit gonna happen to you.
That's true.
Yeah, you make sure you walk a different path when you do it.
You gonna have to, man.
and imagine if that chick just wanted to be free. She didn't want to be rich. She wanted to be your husband and just be free. Y'all, we gonna be freer.
Be free.
We gonna be freer together.
I mean, you think about like with Hugh Hefner, you know, and God bless Hugh Hefner. He gets a lot of shit for black folks. God bless Hugh Hefner.
He did.
Yeah, that's another.
Yeah,
I ain't know that.
Him and Donald Trump.
Perform at your.
Him and Donald Trump, they was boys.
Donald Trump was fucking with them kids, bro.
So it's Hugh Hefner,
No, Hugh Hefner was the first to let black comedians
18
perform
years
at the
old,
private
no.
club.
Bill Cosby,
He wouldn't.
Nipsey Russell. I'm
was
just
his
saying,
crew,
you're not
though.
helping your story.
Wow, yeah, you're right. Bill
No, he
Cosby.
wouldn't
Yeah, I
publish the
feel you.
pictures of Vanessa Williams because he knew what her being Miss America meant to the black community. There's a whole bunch of other shit too.
Oh, he ain't slut her out.
All right,
All right.
but
They took her crown.
no, I said he wouldn't publish them. Penthouse published them. They came to him first. But he
Oh
wouldn't
yeah,
publish
that's right. It wasn't in Playboy. It was
Yeah,
in Penthouse.
Penthouse,
Oh, okay.
Penthouse, yeah.
All right.
The
them. Still got your
Yay,
issue?
yay him.
So yeah, that was a couple $1 million L probably.
Yeah.
So that's a shit.
But I'm saying
That
it's
means something.
It's this.
Right, he hit it anyway. He ain't have to be. He was like, Vanessa, if you come
It's
give me
a
some pussy, I won't put your
good
shit
and
on
it's a
there.
bad and everything.
Come on over here and get an audition.
In every story, every situation.
Yeah.
And every win is some fucked up shit that might have happened.
And they took
I mean,
Miss America's crown.
Yeah. But going back to, it's the illusion that money, if I'm rich, I'm going to get all the fine women that I want.
Right.
Eventually, as you said, you realize that shit's not satisfying.
Right.
It's not even satisfying the status quo being on everybody's list to be invited.
And to take your main bitch to leave you.
Yeah.
like it take that for like her to leave for another nigga with some more money. Like I done seen that break so many dudes. Like that was it after that. Like man, like that's when it's like damn. And when you can't just bounce back, especially when dope wasn't right, you back in the day, they could just bounce right back. They was hurting, bro. But hey, that's what they asked for, man.
I mean, and I'm speaking now. I would want my the ex-wife to get somebody with more money. I would hope that she didn't.
You don't have to pay alimony.
But listen,
not even that. But I'm just saying she's supposed. Okay.
I'm talking about like your girl coming in here, she chilling with us to do, and then next thing you know, she leave with this nigga, and she with him now.
I'm breaking legs.
She right. She gonna come back to the show and sit behind him.
Not gonna happen.
Damn.
Not gonna happen.
And tell you to man up about it.
No, she's not.
No,
she's
nigga,
not.
That's how they do.
No, she's not.
He was like, I know that ain't
Like
about
you
to
said, it won't even get there because I won't even be dating that type of woman that do that type of shit.
Because you ain't trying to buy the women, right?
Right, exactly. Because I believe in freedom,
yeah,
not
that's what
rich.
we talking about.
Damn.
I was about to say, you got anything to say?
Look, I'm taking it all in right now. Trust me.
You said that last week.
No, I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
Nah.
I was like, you got something to say? You was like, no, I'm just listening to this conversation.
No,
I'm like,
'cause-
I've been watching the video 4 or 5 times. Go ahead. What you about to say?
Because it's like, I understand what you're saying about how people, they come up with this mentality like, I want to be rich, and now that I'm elevating myself to be rich, I want to get this one and that one. But at the same time, you get this person and they not going to stay on the same path with you. Like, how would you feel if that person left you for somebody with less than you? Because you were out here flossing big time like that.
But also, I don't know about that shit.
Yeah, that'll hurt your feelings even worse.
That
will fuck you up.
Right.
True, but also too, I think the crack game gave us a false image of
Exactly.
what
Rich.
success was.
Rich,
not to say. Yeah. So the money came so fast. Mentally, we thought that's what the fuck it was supposed to be, and if we wasn't getting that, then you was a bump. You know what I mean? So that planted in us. But I think people starting to see now. You got to plant that seed, and make that motherfucker grow. Because people will start their show, like you said, and then they may not hit until they 100th show or this or that. You know what I mean? But they still planting the motherfucking seeds for shit to grow. Motherfuckers wasn't doing any dope. Nigga, they was just selling dope.
And that's what, to get back to the title, that's when I think we decided to be rich instead of free.
Also, yeah, right.
Dope time. When niggas started selling dope and was making money easy, we decided we didn't want to do trades no more. I mean, because that's the same time shit started going down. The community centers stop, closing and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the
Because
same
everybody
time.
was killing everybody because niggas was all selling crack on the same block, dog.
And again,
No respect.
we're not the ones who brought the crack in the crack recipe. We didn't create the crack recipe.
No.
We didn't bring the shit over in the planes. So I'm getting that,
But don't forget who created our narrative at that time.
Go ahead. Who
Think about
created?
the white man.
The
But think
government,
about how
right.
many channels we had. Think about, you know what I mean? Who created our narrative at that time?
So that's what I'm saying. That's the same person that helped us decide, hey, you niggas need to be rich instead of free.
Yeah.
That's what that's
But they
where
made
I'm-
it seem like everybody successful was rich.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the false narrative
Yeah.
that was made and followed for many, many years. And like you said, the kids that's not the people that's growing now, like we said, there was a dope man and then there was a sack chaser. They had babies.
Mm-hmm.
Those babies are having babies now.
Yeah, that's what you gotta remember.
So that's the generation, that's the wise generation. That's the one that we gotta. The nigga that never saw the bamboo earrings, the baby that never saw a bamboo earring, that's the one that you can, we have to teach pride to.
But we gotta do it
And
by
respect.
example, because they just ain't gonna fucking listen to us.
Definitely.
At the same time, and just grab the ones that we can, because I mean, you're gonna lose the ton. But at the same time, if we just do it by example, like if we really show them how to change the community, like we talk all that shit, you know what I mean? Like we say that shit in our raps and write that shit in poems and shit, but they don't really see that shit. Ain't nobody really doing that shit. Show me some pictures. You know what I mean? A nigga really taking over his community and you know what I mean? Like people really need to see that shit. That shit need to be at the forefront. So as soon as we start doing that, because we can't teach them no other way but then to show them. Because they ain't listening to us. That's for goddamn sure.
And I hate to sound conspiratory, but it goes back on what you say about the community, the narrative in the community. And when all that shit came in and the recreation centers started closing down, well, we know that recreation is a big deterrent to crime.
Exactly.
When you have the children busy between 3 and 8. So it was all part of that plan, and we didn't have a plan to counter that. And a friend of mine I went to undergrad with, she was preparing, her outline for her master's applying in school, and it was, why did crack hit so hard? And she said, well, when heroin came in the early 20s, into the black community, you had the Marcus Garvey Back to Africa movement to counter it.
Mm-hmm.
Then when heroin came over from the Korean War with in the 50s, you had the Civil Rights movement to counter it. But when crack hit in the 80s, there was no movement to counter it. So
I can't breathe.
Yeah, that's later.
I'm just.
I'm saying that's what we call
shit.
Counter.
And
that's still nothing.
Just say no and a war on drugs.
And that's what I'm saying. It's
let
nothing
us know
compared.
All you niggas going to jail.
Yeah. And it was nothing. And that's what I'm saying. Our counter shit is nothing compared to what it was back then.
But that's why the ones who saw it firsthand, us, who really saw that shit first and grew up watching that shit, watching people
who survived it.
We survived it. We got to be the ones to show them. That's it. We can't try to make them do shit, bro. You can't make nobody do shit and it's going to be good. We got to just show them.
But part of it too is, and this goes back to the whole, I want to be rich and floss and fly. I happened to be getting on the bus and the young dude was cussing out already. That's how I said, yo, G. He said, I'm going to get my respect. I'm going to get my respect. And I said, that bus driver going to call the police. They going to drag you off this bus. They going to beat you and kill you. But you going to have your respect.
Mm-hmm.
I said, that's not worth it. That's not respect, bruh. Yeah. The bus driver's in charge. Let it
Nipsey
be.
Hussle said it too, though. He said we got to change the way we react when we think people disrespect us.
Yes.
We got to start doing our shit mentally because we some motherfucking bosses mentally. We just haven't tapped into it yet. You know what I mean? And I think once we start to turn people out of that shit and people start seeing the positives and using their motherfucking mind, they gonna do it. But we got to show them because black people are always gonna follow some dope shit. So when they start seeing people getting the shine and looking how they want to look and shit and doing that certain shit, that's where they gonna go.
But and part of it, a white privilege that they don't understand. I said, you don't have to sit there wondering if this person being rude to you who has white skin is a racist or just an asshole. Because sometimes my first thought is this racist, and then I realize, oh no, this is just the asshole. But that's stress on me, and that's part of white privilege that's not taken. That white people don't realize that they have.
There's so much, bro.
Yeah. That if they dealing with people and they asshole, they're just assholes, period. Unless, of course, now the phenomenon of the Karens.
Karens.
Yeah, I forgot what I was about to say.
We've been dealing with Karens for so long, though.
Right.
But that was a thing, and that's what I'm talking about with the social media shit. I done went to officers like, hey man, this white just did this and did. Nothing never happened. Like, nigga, it's to the point where I will not get on the elevator with a white woman by myself. You can kiss my ass. She can go, and I'm going later. Because if she step out that elevator and said, I did anything, motherfucker, I did it.
That's your ass.
Flat out. If it ain't no camera in that bitch, I'm done. My life could be over. Nope, I'm straight. Fuck that shit. And ain't nobody ever been like, no, it ain't like that. People always been like, oh yeah, it's like that, bro. It's like that. And they don't understand that shit either. Nigga, it's like that. You get caught fucking around and a white woman say that you did something. She had a bad day or something. She carried out before all these phones and shit. That was your ass, bro.
That's why my grandmother said she would always be prejudiced. It's the 70s. No, grandma, you can't. She said, I just saw too much shit. And I realized as I got older, she saw one of her uncles hanging from a tree.
Man,
and when I had a college application to go to Talladega in Alabama, my mother's father said, oh, fuck no. And she took it out my hand and ripped it. She said, I'm not going to see you hanging from a tree. But where's my freedom? Because that's what you said, right? Rich and freedom.
You said I said rich doesn't equal. You don't get freedom from being rich.
Also, they need to understand that freedom is a mentality.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
If you free mentally, you free, bro. And I think once we start teaching that shit and they really start seeing that shit, that there's people who got this and this is feeling the same way or feeling better than the people who got this and this, then they gonna start understanding that shit, dog.
Right.
Because in a minute, that shit gonna kind of phase out. Motherfuckers may not even have no goddamn money, and motherfuckers gonna be living in the metaverse and all that different other wild shit in a minute.
And what we saying is freedom doesn't equate to money
at all.
And once people start getting that into their mind, and we can make people believe that, then the world can be better. And I was saying, we were saying, how do we was trying to fix something. And my thing was words. You know, if we stop letting words, you know, that's our first step. If we can stop letting words get us into violent moods and bad moods, like Lou said something on the phone when he was talking about the girl, and she was, what did she call you, little dick, such and such? It doesn't matter to me. That doesn't fuck with me, you know. But that's what I'm saying. If we can if we can get other people to start doing the same thing, and again, it's the energy.
It's that self-love shit. Is that right? That self-love.
Yeah, she ain't hurting my feelings. Right. Now, if my girlfriend say the shit, then that's a different, you know, some shit.
She has evidence.
Right. I'm just saying, that would hurt my feelings. But somebody that don't know me, that's what I'm saying. The words shouldn't get you to the point to where you about to kill somebody. I want to kill somebody. I want to run somebody off the road. You know.
No, I get it. It's like, you know, if you get offended by somebody in a corporation and you think it's a racist thing, don't slap that bitch. Take that anger and let it inform your next action, which is to write that letter. And that's kind of new thought for me, how to articulate that, because I do believe anger, sadness, sorrow, all those really are blessings. But like any other thing, it has to be harnessed the right way.
Know how to use it
for a
right,
particular purpose. And I think too many times we do, when people say let your emotions control you, what I figure, your emotions should inform your actions and not determine your actions.
Exactly.
And I think that's what we miss in the part that we don't get the brothers to understand. Like, you know, over on Dexter and Joy, where I lived last year, the dude was, you know, in a breakdown, and he felt like he was disrespected, and he killed out 3 or 4 of them dudes that was waiting for their food in the Coney Island.
Oh, yeah. You know? You said a breakdown.
Meaning that he didn't know what to do.
Because he was talking about his shoes.
Yeah.
But they said that was something else, too.
It might have been.
Yeah. Yeah. The news was going to say one thing.
When it's not.
Hey, man, I mean, but what should it take for you to do some shit like that? You know what I mean? Like,
well, I mean, they said that they robbed him, too. Okay. Prior to that.
Probably so.
Yeah.
But even dealing with all that.
You remember that was that gas station?
Yeah, they said that they had robbed him and shot him up, though.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's, I mean, you said what would take you to do that.
I know what you mean. No,
yeah.
I didn't know you're talking about that one.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen that one. No, they said
that
them
would be
dudes robbed him. And he saw him and said, oh, that's them.
In the Coney Island, right.
So it's just the Wild Wild West again.
Yeah, it is.
Well, right there.
The Wild West again.
Yeah,
sure,
we was on Dexter,
Hell
you said.
Yeah. Right, nigga. You said, what you say, Joy? Joy and Dexter.
You ain't say Ross, it's the Wild Wild West. Exactly.
You said Joy and Dexter.
That's it. That has a sign that says Wild Wild West.
Both them blocks legendary. And they come together
at the Coney Island.
Super legendary spot.
Niggas get shot and come back to the Coney.
But NPR this morning, WDT, they ran last Thursday morning, they ran a report on gentrification and everything, but the reverse gentrification, where black folks are still moving outside of the city in great numbers. And again, I think it goes to that illusion that I'm more affluent, I'm better off.
Oh, for sure.
And so rather than create the safety that they might be desiring, they just run away.
Well,
and they still have the same fucking problems and shit.
And that's
them rich
with your
motherfuckers still be
justice
living
system
check
too.
to
And
check.
that's your justice system too. I mean, that's your police officers. If they taking away all your police, then you don't feel the safe.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody, Farmington Hills police is better than Detroit police. And,
But they were all trained by the Detroit police.
Right, and probably half of they squad that got kicked off of Detroit police is probably the Farmington police. But my point is that that's our illusion.
Yeah.
That, you know, they probably got about 40 cops compared to 4,000. I mean, 400 at least. I don't know how many cops, but I'm just saying it shouldn't be a comparison on their police department against the Detroit police department.
No, I get it.
But we automatically think, you know, if we go out there, we gonna be safe. Because the niggas know if they go out there, they can't go out there acting no fool. So it ain't the police; it's the niggas that think about. Again, the what do you call it? What they created. I can't think of what you was calling it before. The
narrative.
The narrative, right? That's the narrative that's been created. That they got a better police force, and if you anywhere in Oakland County you can't go because you gonna be in Oakland County jail.
Yeah.
That's already Oak Park. As black as it is, you know not to go over there doing no dumb shit.
Well, it's true. You get arrested in Detroit, they used to say.
Detroit is lazy.
Yeah, take that shit over there.
It's coming back.
lazy.
They just
They
ran out of
gotta-
room, bro. That's
Detroit
all.
lazy. They got to impose the
ran-
same thing that's going on out there here. They just lazy. They don't want to go through it.
Some of it is being overwhelmed. Some
Ain't,
of it is
ain't
and it's
nobody
definitely-
out there doing the shit that is happening in Detroit, man.
It's
Check this
like
out.
you hold on. If you got as many murders as you is, why would you? I mean, as we do, why would you have the same amount of homicide detectives? You would increase it. I'm saying you would. If you really wanted to solve crimes, you would get more homicide detectives.
Did they? I thought they
No.
do it about how much money they get.
Right. You know, part of it is recruitment is still an issue and shit. But
I don't wanna
Move
be no
some of them
police officer.
niggas from over there
Well, what I was
and
gonna
train
say-
them to do.
But another part of it is you don't have to live in the city no more. So the motherfuckers, they have no vested interest in making sure
Right.
that the community.
Yeah.
Open
I
season
ain't gotta
on you,
see you at the
niggas.
gas station.
Right. And
Right.
it goes against
But
that illusion of richness.
They impose that type of stuff in the area they want to impose it in. Like in my area right now, I say in the Livernois out of drive area.
That's because white people are moving back over.
Exactly. No, but guess what they did though?
Yeah.
They moving all the black people out, all the white people coming over there, and guess what's going on now? The police in that area is more heavier than they ever been.
Rosedale Park.
Yeah, you can stop it when you want to, but they don't do it. They do it when they feel like doing it. It's like all the people in my community was like they having all these little votes and everything, but we was never there to have be in with the vote.
It was the shit was always there, especially in that neighborhood. I went to UOD, bro. Coming from Highland Park going to UOD, that shit was like stepping into a whole new world.
Yeah, all
on
day.
7 Mile when you stepped into that gate. And that shit was white people
yeah.
territory, bro.
That
And
little
they
square
was-
y'all
listen,
had?
They had already said they was
Yeah.
coming back to take over that area a long time ago.
Man,
Before
I heard
shit,
that.
bro.
I heard that from a buddy of mine one day. He
Soon
said
as
the
you-
same
listen,
thing.
As soon as you see that bike lane, it's up with for your ass.
I see that bike lane going to Ferndale.
As soon as you see that bike lane,
Any
Yep.
bike lane.
That bike lane that was going to Ferndale.
Any bike lane.
your shit is over with.
Man, I seen that sucker come across 8 Mile. I said, "Oh hell no!"
I worked downtown when it wasn't shit down there. When like you didn't want to walk down there at night,
Man.
wasn't no lights, nothing like that. I started seeing them installing bike racks and shit. I said,
Yeah.
up,
It's over with.
it's over with. And look, up, it's over with.
You know what's up with when they started saying like the African festival, when they started making our African festival like shorter than what it was.
And moved it.
Yeah, moved it from like here to there.
But also,
They moved us from what? The rent
We wasn't-
from Hart Plaza all the way over
we
there.
wasn't
Folks
making
wanted
no
that.
bread though,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, the black folks.
We
And
got
then they moved it back.
But okay, cool. But we can't say shit about nobody until we handle all our motherfucking business first.
Guess what though?
We gotta get that out of our mind, bro. We can't say shit. If we wasn't bringing that bread, we can't say shit. If we wasn't up to their standards, we can't say shit. We gotta hold ourselves accountable to what the fuck it is, and then bang that shit out. They wasn't making no money, so they ain't gonna.
They
have
weren't making no money because all the niggas was going there and fighting. Everybody was
And that's our
killing each
fault.
other.
That's
But at
not
the same
their
time, guess
fault.
what? Every other little white event that was going on down there, they had the police down there. Whenever we had our little events, everybody was like spread out. Where the
Okay.
police at?
Okay. Cool. Fuck them. It's our it's our job to get a crew
To police ourselves.
right. It's a bunch of different organizations and shit who will walk through that motherfucker and
What's my
make
man
it
name? Detroit 313. That was his name is the big guy.
I know what you're
He
talking about.
he policed a lot of neighborhoods and everything. They I seen them down there before for a festival. That whole little area you saw no fights, no nothing.
Okay, cool. So
yeah.
listen. So what that tells us is that we need the representation in the right places,
Yeah.
and that's it. So once we get that shit done, this shit gonna stop. Until then, we still gonna be talking about the shit.
Well, the other part of it, and I want to talk about your boy too, is when we do get the right representation, motherfuckers got to stop thinking they can do what white folks do, and that was KMK's problem, because everybody had invested in that motherfucker. And Coleman
KMK.
Young, Kilpatrick,
Uh-oh.
Coleman Young, and Archer
Here we
had
go.
set him up so that when all this came about, which we see now, there would be a black man being mayor. But now you see there's a white man being mayor in this city that is still, according to the 2020 census, 80% black. And I just don't understand that
We
shit.
didn't handle
I don't.
our motherfucking business.
I don't.
Listen, Kwame Kilpatrick could have been the motherfucking president of the United States of America. Mark
And
my
he
word.
was groomed.
He could have.
He was groomed from a
groomed
child.
to be the president of the United States. He was the youngest mayor of a large city. Black, especially black too, right?
Yeah.
So listen, he was groomed for that shit. And they saw that shit, bro. And they was gonna find his weakness. And what was his weakness?
Women
His parents.
And what else?
and money.
His parents.
Power.
Exactly.
Women and money.
Exactly. The same shit that niggas chase. And
All day long.
he let us down, but that's our fault. Where was our old heads? Where was everybody to say, no, stop that shit?
They
When his
was
daddy
there.
was telling him to do it. I don't know. I don't know.
was
if I
there.
will.
Look, I want to know where was his help
I know one of
at?
those heads.
The same help they gave to the white people, like
But we
gotta stop thinking we white people.
No, I'm saying the same
Listen,
help.
no, fuck that
The
shit,
same
bro.
help they gave
Don't
to
think
these white
about
people.
no
Why we
help.
ain't help him with
we
that?
Don't need we don't need they fucking help, bro. We listen.
That's what I'm saying. We didn't help our own mayor with this business.
Okay, listen. It's about what the fuck we do. Fuck what they doing, what they talking about, what they trying to do, what they mind is on, all that shit. If we handle our business, we straight. Cause can't nobody fuck with us on the mental shit, on the motherfucking physical shit, none on the fucking shit, none of that shit, dog.
Right.
Listen, nigga.
We are the original
I
man.
understand what you're
Does it
saying.
fuck you up that for the first time in 70 years, Michigan does not have a black Congress member?
Not
yeah.
doing, nigga.
Yeah.
You know, and I like Rashida Tlaib. Me and her have worked on some stuff together when I was at City. I like her. Don't get me wrong. Shri, I don't know about. But it just fucks me up. This black city, we don't have a black person in Congress to say, yo, these are the issues that are affecting my community. You talk about freedom.
But we got Big Rich.
Well, yeah, I love Big Grit.
Yeah, if you
I love Big
come on
Rich.
my way, Big Rich. Yeah.
Big grit.
Big Rich. I put it down on her.
But I want to go to your point. If you are not bothered, or at the very least, concerned as to why there is no African American representation in Congress from Michigan, then you are a big part of the problem. And I get it. People always talking about, well, Louis, that's because you like politics, you like law and government. I say, no, because it affects every motherfucking aspect of our lives. Where that stop sign is, the quality of your water. You see Jackson, Flint, and there's one other motherfucking place.
But
that's
hate to
messed
go
up.
back to it is we never saw the good in voting. It always
Exactly.
felt like we was just voting to be voting. Like I remember
Because they created the
when
narrative.
George Bush had won over damn
Michael DeCarlo.
Kerry?
Oh,
No. Kerry? Was it who was
Yeah,
it?
Kerry, John Kerry.
Kerry. And he just flat out took the shit. You know what I mean? And it was appalling. And I'm like,
That was a slap in
damn.
the face.
So I said, that's when I knew, bro, we cannot be thinking, wanting to be, because I don't want to be like that shit, bro. I don't want to be like that shit. Like, I don't want no leaders of me like Donald Trump. What the fucking type shit is that? We got to create our own narrative. I don't want that shit, bro.
But when we all get together to like make sure that we see somebody that we got faith in, everybody get out there and vote, and they still slap right out your hand.
We not making it big enough to the kids to vote, because they will if we figure
The
out a way.
kids-
They will, because listen, no, they come out to vote for who we get them together to come out and vote for.
Yeah, they do,
and that's
yeah.
why we was winning shit that we ain't never thought we would ever win before.
Like Barack winning,
But we
Everybody-
not doing,
it was a big old,
we
large
wasn't
black
doing
community
that
for
the
that.
Michigan Congress. Like we wasn't doing that for certain shit. They showing us now. If y'all really want us, y'all know how to get us. Now, motherfucker, get us.
I think
We
that
don't do it.
It's as small as of us starting to get it, to teach the new generation. I think something small as going to jury duty.
Yeah.
Can start, because that's a small win. You go to jury duty, you go in there, you do what you need to do.
Stop glamorizing not going to jury
And stop
duty. Said the
glamorizing-
black lawyer who can't
Exactly.
get black folks on the jury because y'all want to get out the shit because y'all think it take too much fucking time, but then want to be mad about the Zimmermans of the world. No, black motherfucker, you don't get to be mad when you got out of jury duty. Fuck you.
We
Excuse
gotta
me.
no,
And,
no.
and we gotta
start
remember these
looking
are
at
our
this shit.
right. These are our peers. These are the guys that
sorry.
should. That's if
You-
we
you
don't
right.
feel like it's wrong, we can go in there and say he's innocent. We sit up there and this man, and I hate to go here, but if I was on jury and some man touched a child,
Oh man.
I'm going in there, I'm frying his ass.
But see, that's a thing. Are you going there with the mentality that you already know that he touched it?
No. I'm going in there to be the jury and listen to. And wait,
I think what he's
Cool.
saying is
I feel the same way.
Right.
But
If
what
the
I'm
end
saying,
bears out,
and what I'm saying is, we always want to find a way to punish this motherfucker. That's a way. I mean, I'm
But
saying
it's all
maybe he shouldn't get
True.
punished. But I'm saying if you want to really affect the way and make a difference, that's where you go. Is something as small as jury duty.
But right, correct. But also something as small as jury duty, we gotta start policing our motherfucking self because the justice system's so fucked up. Like, ain't no fixing that shit, bro. You know what I mean? Because it was based off money, and money and justice is not. They don't fucking mix, bro. It just it's just too. You know what I mean? You
justice was created to protect the money.
But it goes like this too.
Exactly.
If we create a self justice system, we have to also create a court system.
That's fine. Or we can create a street system, and that's what we good.
Swift justice.
But even when we do the street system, then
But listen,
that's when the other cops gonna come in.
But we got to be smart about it. We got to be intelligent about things, but we have to be able to do shit ourselves, bro. You see how they dealing with these mentally ill people? They killing their ass off rip because he ran at me with a knife. And no, we got to be, as a community, everybody in that motherfucker know he fucked up or he mentally ill, and you know what I mean? So we need to be there. Boom. We all need to be there for him at that time. And that's what the community got to do. We can't keep, the police ain't gonna never. Man, fuck them, though. We cannot keep thinking about what another motherfucker comes. They ain't never did shit for us, and they not. So we got to stop, dog. We bigger, bad enough. We done been through so much shit that we can do it ourselves. And if we don't do it, then we gonna keep getting fucked up, and we gonna keep fucking crying, and that's stupid.
But at the same time, we're policing ourselves. We have to put other people in their system to protect us.
Correct.
Well, and can I just say on that point? And also, we have to. Rob Reiner, the director for real, he said it best from All in the Family. He said black people did create their own communities, and we got mad about it, and we didn't burn
And
them
they burned them down. Yep.
You know, and so maybe that might have changed some. Hopefully, that
Definitely.
when we
Scare
do-
tactic shit. Yeah.
When we do create these communities, there's space for it now, and we got some allies with white skin who said, leave them black folks alone and let them create their own.
All right, we got 5 minutes left. I'm sorry. Did you want to say one more thing?
No, I was gonna say when they burned down, was it Tulsa?
It was in New York.
And then,
Bowley.
listen, but
Detroit.
but people
Rosewood.
wasn't hearing about it till like a year later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, motherfuckers seeing that shit burn down, they going down there.
I got you.
Like, oh no, fuck that
And it
shit.
goes back
niggas,
to
ain't
your
right.
point about social media.
It's different
Yeah,
now,
different
bro.
now.
That shit different. You can't just bust your motherfucking mouth off and don't be like.
But look,
like that
it ain't
dude did
us
shit.
going
All
down
them black
there.
people
It's
was
the-
in his front yard chilling. Like, you don't like black people around here?
But I'm saying, but those protests, it was
Change,
the
bro.
white folks down there on the protests. It wasn't us. We was there. We
That's
was there
what
getting
I'm
fucked
saying.
up. But they was there
But that's what
organizing
I'm saying.
the shit.
If we would have had the opportunity to see that shit firsthand, it would have been totally different from motherfuckers hearing that shit months and months later. Off the fucking Pony Express, or you know what I mean, shit like that. I mean, it was phone, but you know what I mean. It was just
Pony
saying.
Express.
I'm just saying.
We got 4 minutes
Yeah,
left.
we got 4 minutes.
Resolution?
We at the end of the year.
Oh damn.
Yeah, we at the end of the year. This is our New Year's episode. So us four is on here. And I'm gonna ask, cause this guy ain't said nothing, so we gonna start with you first. And I'm sure it's gonna be short. So I'm gonna ask you.
Profound alone.
I'm gonna ask you, cause we're, what's your resolutions for this year? What are you planning on doing?
Going into the next year with a whole new vision of me being an entrepreneur by myself, because depending on everybody else to run my business with me, it does not work out. So I have to just focus on making money the way I want it to be made. So definitely making more money, leave behind all my troubles that I don't need to bring into the new year.
Working on your freedom.
Exactly. You know.
Lou?
Usually I resolute not to resolute, but should get you in trouble. But I will say, just every day starting, I'm gonna keep giving gratitude, and I'm gonna fully commit myself to everything that I commit myself to, without the thought that there's something else out there, but fully committed and be present.
Des?
My resolution is to become better in every facet of what I want to do. And I was a selfless person coming up, and I was doing for everybody, and I wasn't doing shit and wondering why I couldn't get where I wanted to be. And the first time I started really doing for myself, everything around me started getting better. So I really understand. So this year, I'm going to make sure I get myself right so I can make sure everything else around me go right.
I'm gonna just keep it simple. I'm gonna make it selfish. This year, I plan on working on this podcast. We need subscribers. We want to continue with this. This shit ain't free, so Miles put some claps on that. So I would love. Again, we want to help folks, so in order to help folks, we have to be doing something. Right. So I'm going to say this, when we get 500 subscribers on YouTube, that's our first community outreach.
Okay.
We going to do something for the community, because like we said, somebody got to start making the change.
I'm with it.
So we get 500 subscribers.
100%.
Yes, watch it, pass it. I mean, this is some entertaining shit. So pass it around. Let's get some subscribers. I plan to work on my relationship with my... Nah, I'm gonna give my woman some pussy.
Oh.
Yeah, make it fun. Yeah. I want to, we're going to have more fun this year. Definitely have more fun this year. And work on my freedom. I love to be free and keep it going.
I want to be free.
Yeah, I had some more shit to say, but Miles threw the finger up, fucked me up again. That ET finger and shit, right? Go home. It don't say go home. It's like go home.
That's what Arsenio Hall finger.
Anybody else got anything to say before we leave out of here?
Matumbo.
Happy New Year.
Des, what you doing next Sunday?
Oh, I'm gonna be in LA. I'm live from LA. I'm gonna do a show from LA.
Yeah. Des gonna be in LA.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, and it's close to my birthday, 12th. Damn.
Hey, right, because it's close to the we was talking about that. Yeah. So remember, don't sing happy birthday to him.
Nope.
No happy birthday.
Nope, just smile and wave, and I'm cool.
We gonna have Luke playing in this bitch. We gonna get some strippers and shit.
Let me just think how you feel about me.
Can I?
That's all I want to do.
Can I get some big strippers?
Whatever you want to do, bro.
We gonna get some big strippers.
I like big women.
I like them too. Y'all act like I don't.
Because they gonna make me fall in love, dog. I don't do it.
I love big women.
I don't do it.
Juicy.
Why you looking like that, Lou?
Because
we like
ladies
juicy.
and gentlemen, thank you so much, and please join us. This is it. Happy New Year.
That's just it.
Happy New Year, everybody.